This is Greg Palkot from the Fox News London Bureau. I'm here with my cameraman Randall, giving you an idea of how we're following one of the biggest stories around right now, the brutal demonstrations, the protests, the death and destruction on the streets of Tehran and other cities in Iran, one of the biggest protests ever to be seen against the Islamic regime there. Randall will come with me and I'll click on this screen to give you an idea of the protests that we have been seeing. Again, something like 2,600 people have been killed, thousands more injured, many thousands more arrested. What the soldiers, what the police, what the Revolutionary Guards members have been doing have been basically going point blank with their guns and firing at these protesters. That started as sort of an anti-government protest regarding the economy in Iran, but it has morphed into real concern, real upset about the entire regime. In the past couple of days, these kinds of scenes have settled down. There's been quiet in the streets of Iran and Tehran and the other cities, basically not because the protesters' demands have been satisfied, but because the crackdown, the hard force of the government against these protesters have really cowed the people and kept them back in their homes. We heard today from a stand-in for the Ayatollah Khamenei, spoke at Friday prayers. I'll just give you a couple quotes. He says that basically he wants the death penalty for anybody involved in these protests. He says armed hypocrites should be put to death. And he also slammed President Trump, who President Trump, of course, has been very vocal about this. He calls the protesters Trump soldiers and told basically President Trump to stand down from his criticism, his threats against Iran. The other thing we've been seeing coming in today, I'll roll this and Randall can show you a little bit. This is the protests and gatherings around the street for funerals. This, in fact, is a funeral for several of the guards, the security professionals that have been on the street and shooting. So there have been deaths on both sides, basically for and against the government in Iran. The tough words are coming from both sides. I must say, we've been watching the Security Council yesterday at the UN. We've been hearing from the U.S. ambassador to the UN, Mike Waltz. He basically renewed what President Trump has been saying about the regime, saying that all options are on the table to stop the slaughter, that they say that anything could happen. Apparently, from the reports that we are seeing, from the information we're getting from our own sources at the Pentagon, is we came this week very close to striking Iran. The Trump administration actually moved very close to hitting different locations in Iran as a way to push back against the protests. Apparently, President Trump was talked down from that by Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu and others. But from what we are hearing, according to our sources, Fox News learning that military assets around the world are now moving into location closer to Iran for the possibility of something to come next. Randall will show this image here. This is the USS Abraham Lincoln. It's an aircraft carrier. Its group now, according to various reports, is being moved closer to the area just in case, well, the protests kick off again, the executions are threatened again, and in fact, and President Trump is thinking that perhaps he can move again. The White House saying yesterday that they headed off as many as 800 executions that were being threatened by the regime due to the protests on the street. Among those that were arrested, we have no confirmation of that, but it shows really how high the stakes are right now for Iran, for world peace, for the United States in its effort to get something to settle down in this region. We are watching this very closely. We are following it across the board at Fox, and we hope you'll be watching too. This is Greg Palkot from the Fox News London Bureau. Back to you.